We're going to do some yoga and little Pilates today. So, it's always helpful at the beginning, right? Why don't we begin in mm, child's pose would be lovely. Some child's pose. So, finding yourself on your knees. How does that work for you today? Just being super gentle in the beginning. That is our goal. Big toes might be together. Knees might be spread wide, or you can have your knees together. It'll change the arch in your back. It'll change the stretch in your back. I'm going to try by starting out with my knees together this morning. Reaching your hands out in front if you like, just kind of fingertip walking forward. Or if your knees are together, you can start with them back by your feet. But if your knees are wide, then hands are in front. And just take some moments to feel gravity pulling your body down. Feel heavier with every breath. Notice knees and hips and where you might find some tender tightness. And if that is too much, then just lift your hips above your knees for puppy pose. That'll give a little bit of relief in the beginning here before you loosen up. And I love starting with child's pose, frankly. My belly is near or on my thighs. It really helps connect to my breath. So while your head is heavy, your head surrenders completely. You let go of your neck. Let the upper body just be surrendered. And then bring your attention to your breath there. Feeling your belly against your thighs. And imagine inflating the bottoms of your lungs. Often we breathe from the top of our chest, and now we get to be conscious. Bridge that gap and breathe your whole lung. Breathing gently in and out through your nose, a few more rounds. Feel like you could do some sighs out of your mouth if you'd like some deep inhales and some sighs. This is a great way to start your practice too, letting yourself know we are focused. We are intending to reset. And then from here, bringing your hands near your head and gently pressing your torso up. We'll slide our hands so that when we come up into table, hands and knees, our hands are underneath our shoulders and our knees are underneath our hips. Maybe take the tops of your feet and just tap them gently on the ground. And then tuck that tail and imagine just a nice neutral flattish spine. Imagine the tail reaching out behind you and the crown reaching out in front. Spread your fingers wide, press your palms into the mat, feel that connection. Find that deeper breath, pulling the air into the lowest parts of your lungs first. Noticing the belly expand. And then with your next inhale, whatever that is, let your belly begin to drop. And that means tilting that tail upwards towards the ceiling. And then eventually looking up. And when you're ready to exhale, begin with the tail and start to curl it under. And then let that wave of motion move through your torso until your chin is pressing up towards your chest. Push the air out. Beginning again with the tail, start to tip it upwards as you inhale. Finding some of your own rhythm here. Just breathing, and notice with a complete breath like this and your spine moving where you find some tight parts, some places of tension or soreness. And just be gentle, but invite them to receive. Receive breath, receive oxygen from your blood. And when you're ready, let's break free. Maybe moving your hips from side to side, but with that same intention, invitation to open parts of our body that might be closed that we notice. Lovely. And we're going to take a thread the needle before we move into our flow today. So taking the left hand, I imagine moving it to the right like an inch or so, just so it's a little bit more underneath me. And then I'm going to lift my right arm up. I'm going to twirl the wrist, both directions, reach it up, open the chest. Your gaze may follow, and then we're going to sweep that arm through and under. Bring the right side of your face to the mat. And breathe. That right arm might stay right where it is, or maybe reach it out in front. Or you could wrap it around your low back. If that feels good too. What does it need today? What does it need today? Getting a little heavier with the next breath. And then bringing that left hand back towards your face and pressing up, taking that right arm back up. One more twirl the wrists in both directions. And then place that hand down. And imagining that that right hand is a little bit to the center, a little bit more centered rather than right under your shoulder so that it's easier to take that left arm up. Reach the left hand up, twirl that wrist. Reach, 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 and then slide it underneath. Bring the left side of your face down and breathe. What does this right arm need today? It can be different than the left side. Reaching it out or wrapping it under. Finding those full deep breaths. Opening. And then bringing that right hand near your face again, gently press up and take that left arm back up high. Twirl the wrist. Beautiful. Blending hands back underneath your shoulders. We're going to curl the toes under, send those hips back. Let's rock back and forth. Opening up the bottoms of our feet definitely intrigues the energetic system. We've got all those acupressure points on the bottom of our feet, and our feet do so much. Let's open them a little bit. When you're ready, shifting forward, you can press the tops of your feet down again. We're going to just turn on the belly with one quick balance. So right arm out in front. Imagine you're shaking a hand. Kick the left heel out behind you. Reach, 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 reach. Stretch, reach. And then we're going to do one whenever you're ready with an exhale. Curl in, elbow towards knee. Squeeze it out completely. And then reach. Then plant the hand in the knee and take the left hand out in front, reach. Kick that right heel out behind you, flex those toes, reach, reach. Whenever you're ready with an exhale, do that one crunch. Engage the belly completely. And then extend. Plant the hands, and then we'll curl the toes under from here and take your first down dog. Spread those fingers wide, press into the palms. Maybe shake your head from side to side, release the head from the neck. And then the knees might be might be really intense right now, so mine are deeply bent. I'm just setting up moving my hips up towards the ceiling and back. Then I'm going to pedal out those feet. Let that feel good. Beautiful. Find a little stillness, the breath maybe. Just noting where you're tight. I'm tight in lots of places in my back body today. And then we're going to walk the hands back towards your toes. Let your head be heavy, bind your elbows, and gently sway. Beautiful. We're going to add a twist here. Left fingers down right in front center. Bend the left knee a lot and reach your right arm high. Straightening out the right leg. And breathe right into that outer hip. And then gently trade places. Right fingertips down. Left arm goes up. Beautiful. Bend that right knee. Straighten out the left. Beautiful. Taking that left hand down. Just hang. And then spread the toes wide. Imagine pressing through the corners of your soles of the feet and then round up. I'm going to take those arms right overhead. Let that feel good. Bind the left wrist and gently bend to the right. Come back through center, release the bind, bend your elbows, bring those elbows towards your shoulders, open the chest. And then back up with those arms, bind the right wrist and bend to your left. That feels so good. Back up, open the chest, interlace the fingers behind your back, and if you can, draw those knuckles towards the earth, open the chest. And from here, taking a flat back and folding forward. As far as you can, just pausing where you feel the stretch. Let that be. And then go all the way down. Reach those hands away from your low back if you can, up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Then release those fingertips. Walk them forward to the top of a plank. And here we are. Low belly in and up, shifting our shoulders over our fingers. Breathe. And then come all the way down on your belly. Slide your hands forward so elbows are underneath your shoulders. Tops of your feet are down in the ground. We're going to open up the chest and the neck and the shoulders here. So gazing up, imagine a gentle angled gaze up towards the wall and ceiling. And then gently take your gaze to the right, turning your head maximum rotation without any pain, without strain. And then over to the other side. No strain. And then back through center, drop the chin towards your chest, but press the shoulders up. And then gently look to the right. And then back through center, over to the left. Back through center, up. And gently bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. Back through center, left ear towards left shoulder. Back through center, edge the crown of your head reaching up, feeling the back bend. And then gently lower, slide your hands underneath your shoulders, shift your hips back, curl the toes under, let that feel good. And then lift those hips into down dog. Beautiful. We have set ourselves up. We have opened things, ready for energy to flow as we flow through our gentle flow here. So just imagine every breath, every movement you are allowing. When you're ready with an inhale, take the right foot up, twirl the ankle, maybe bend the knee, let that feel good. And then step that foot forward. Between your hands, we're finding that delicious runner lunge. Drop that knee for this first round, press forward. Breathe. Maybe there's a sigh out of your mouth once or twice. Beautiful. And then let's find half split. Just shifting our hips back, straightening out the front leg. Feel the stretch maybe on this shin area on the top of your foot. And then lift the toes and draw them back towards you. Keeping that left hip behind and over that left heel, not out to the side. So keeping that left hip behind, that left knee directly. And then shifting forward, dragonfly twist, left hand down, right arm goes up. You can lift that back leg if you like. Twirl that wrist again. Opportunity. That feels so good. And then we're going to drop that hand. Take that right foot high. Reach, twirl, drop the foot, and breathe. Already so much flow in that right side. Let that be noticed. Notice it. And take the left foot up. Twirl the ankle, bend the knee, open that thigh, and then when you're ready, step it forward. Enjoy this runner lunge. Knee lifted for a little bit. Breathe. Then drop that knee and press forward with your hips. Breathe. Maybe there's a sigh. And then shifting back, toes down first for the half split. And then lift the toes. Being mindful again of this hip. You want it to be over this leg, not out to this, like way out to the side. So shifting that back, straightening out this leg, what feels safe. And walking forward. Keeping the right hand down as the left arm reaches up. Reach, reach, reach. That feel good. And then that hand drops, curl the right toes under. You can come up into three-legged dog. Twirl that foot again, and then step that foot down. Breathe. How about that belly? Let that belly concave into your diaphragm a little bit. So that when you breathe through into your low belly, you can feel the distension happen. You can feel the belly move out when you breathe. And then walk your hands back towards your toes. Move right into the twist. Left hand down, right arm goes up. Left knee bends a lot. And then gently trade sides. Right knee bends, left arm reaches up. Beautiful. Bring that hand down and then gently roll up. Nice and easy and slow. When you're ready, arms overhead. Grab that right wrist, or the left wrist rather, and over to the right. Come back through center. Open the chest. Tuck that tail under, gaze up. And then reach your arms back up and bend to the left. Beautiful. This time, interlace those fingers with the other thumb on top, the strange thumb, and reach those hands towards the ground. Full belly tucked in. Slightly tuck that pelvis and then start to tip that hip. Flattish back. Only going as far as you can. Feel the soles of your feet equalize the weight distributed in this fold. And then start to reach those hands up and round forward the rest of the way that is available. Beautiful. Release those hands and let's walk forward into the top of our plank. We'll work over for one breath. Imagine that upper back is pressed up. And then begin to lower and inhale to upward facing dog. Straighten those arms. Press the tops of those feet down. And curl the toes under, down dog. Spread the fingers wide. Press into the palms, especially the root of your index finger. Breathe. And when you're ready, take that right foot high. Step it forward. Breathing here for just a moment. Drop the knee and then half split. Round over. Coming forward, plant that left hand, right arm goes up. You can lift the back knee or leave it grounded. Beautiful. Then bring that hand inside that right foot this time. We're gonna do Skandasana towards the back of the mat. So walk towards the left foot and pivot onto the heel of that right foot. Beautiful. And then from here, we're just gonna switch, turn around and face the back of your mat and do this side from this orientation towards the back of your mat. So you feel the runner lunge here, drop that knee, half split, straighten out that left leg, fold over the toes when you're ready. And then shift forward, right hand plants, left arm goes up, reach, reach, reach. That right knee can lift or stay down. Let that feel good. And then the left hand comes down inside the left foot and we walk towards the front of our mat for Skandasana at the front. We're on the heel of the left foot. We are lunging into that left inner thigh. Beautiful. And then come back around. Plant both hands, take the right foot high and step that foot down. Take the left foot high, reach, twirl, step it forward, but we're going to do something different this time since we already opened up that side. So from here, going to find, we're going to do the wide leg forward fold from this stance. So take that left hand inside the left foot, gently walk your hands in between both feet and face all 10 toes towards the side, right out in front of you. The outer edges of your feet are somewhat parallel. And then from here, walk your hands back underneath you as your crown moves towards the ground. And then gently press your hands down to draw your torso towards your thighs. Where do you feel that stretch? You feel it pretty intensely on the sides of my lower legs. Breathe. A breath. Press down a little more. See if you can find a little bit more space. Maybe even engage those thighs and shift more weight into the balls of your feet as you press down. And then gently lift up. From here, we're going to come down onto the mat. So wherever you are, you come to a seat with your legs out in front. We're going to do some wonderful core work and some balance from here. So starting with the feet on the floor, imagine you're finding that nice straightish back. Roll the shoulders a little bit until you're ready to roll them down and back. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening up the front of our chest. Then walk the fingers back. Squeeze those knees and feet together, lift into boat pose. You could stay right here with these fingers as an anchor, or you could begin to lift them. Squeeze those legs together though, just warming up a little bit here. Beautiful. And then we're going to come all the way down to our back. Reach those arms out behind you. Feel that full body stretch. Beautiful. We're going to do some scissor kick from here. So coming back up into that boatish pose, we're going to start with the left leg out in front and gently pull this right knee forward until you come back into the spot that feels like the low back. So it's like a logo pose. And then you're going to shift legs, gently pull, pull. You can pull on the shin if you like with both hands, and then switch. There's a gentle tug on that shin, maybe twice with each of these. You want control. You want to point those toes. You want it to be slow and controlled, not rocking your body. We'll do 2 more on each side. If you're done, you can totally be done and reach for a full body stretch again. Last one here. And then let your feet come down, reach those arms overhead. Sigh out your mouth, let that feel good. Excellent. We're gonna do some oblique action. But before we do that, let's do some roll ups. So hands are out behind me. I'm gonna bring my hands up, but as soon as they're perpendicular to the floor, I'm gonna bring my torso up and move forward and roll. Feel the stretch. And then gently, we're gonna roll back, landing with our vertebrae down, and arms go all the way back. And then bring the arms up. When they're straight up, start to bring the torso, and then use your belly to move forward. So rolling back, arms follow the torso, and then arms come up alone, and then forward. Reach forward towards the toes. We'll do one more. Slow and controlled. Arms all the way back and up. And reach. Beautiful. And then from here, we won't go back down. We're going to find a V shape. We're going to find a boat pose. Going to do some ball moving from side to side so you can prepare yourself for that. I'm going to squeeze my knees together and my ankles together just like we did. Imagine there's this ball of energy in between your hands. And we're going to move it towards the right. Look there. Follow that ball with your gaze and then move it towards the left. Imagine tapping it down. Follow the gaze and working on the control. So keeping those legs together. What is available? I'm going to lift my feet up a little bit. I noticed they were dipping. Where do you need? You can always bring the toes down and work on the control that you feel with your side bodies. So we'll just do one more each side, but notice the oblique, the side abdominal muscles engaging. Beautiful. And then roll down, reach those arms back out in front. Oh, that feels so good. Thank you. Nice, good stretch. And then bring those hands down on either side of your hips. We're going to do some bridge pose here to counteract that lovely interaction that we had. So draw the heels up towards your hips, soles of your feet flat on the ground. Kind of pigeon toe those feet a little bit. Bring the toes together. And then we're going to imagine pressing down through the heels, lifting those hips off the mat. If you want to interlace the fingers underneath your hips, feel free, and then you can shimmy under the tops of your shoulders maybe. Let that feel good. Breathe. Pressing up a little more, driving forward with your shins. Hip points point up towards the ceiling, drawing the chest into your chin, and then lower down. Gently, easily. Grab those knees into your chest and rock. We'll do one more. Feet down, toes in, hands down. Lift, press into those heels. Maybe interlock those fingers with the other thumb on top if you're interlacing fingers. Otherwise, just press down with the palms into the floor. Again, drive the chest towards your chin. Press forward with your shins. And then lower. Hug those knees, rock back and forth. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to roll over onto our side, whichever side faces your computer. We're going to come up onto the forearm, but we're not going to be slouching into that shoulder. So press that shoulder up so there's a nice straight line here. And then the feet are slightly angled in. So it's not like I'm not completely aligned, but just slightly in. So the feet are more at the corner of my mat. And then we're going to point those toes. We're going to do some lifting here. Imagine this part of your body is in control. But just engage core and lift. This is more to turn on our hips than to really get a good source like workout in, but turning on these hip flexors. We'll just do one more before we switch sides. Beautiful. Then I'm just going to bring those feet out front, switch sides. Find this side position. Remember, we're not slouching into the shoulder. We're pressing forward. Nice angle with this arm. Forearm down the ground, shifting my feet slightly out in front of me, maybe pointing those toes, and then leading with the shin up towards the ceiling. Let that feel good. Belly is engaged. Good. One more. And then we're going to roll onto our belly. And strengthening the back, just like we work on the front of the body, the core, we're going to work on the back muscles too, especially with all the looking down that we do. So some version of locust pose. I'm going to start by bringing my chest down. Rest your forehead on your hands. Maybe your hands are stacked on top of each other, and just breathe here for a moment. Breathe into the mat. Let that low belly press into the mat with every inhale. And then when you're ready, gently lift the head. Going to take those hands back, palms up, and engage those back muscles. Reach those fingers towards your toes. And you can stay right here, or you can lift those feet. Maybe you don't have your toes together, the feet together, but engage the back. Breathe. And then release. Bring those hands back down. Rest your head on the pillow of your hands and let go. Let everything go. And then this time, you do the same thing, or you can reach your arms out in front and try that. So lifting the arms out in front, lifting the feet, maybe the toes are together or they're straight out behind you. Just breathe. Gazes gently at the floor in front of you, no strain on the neck. Lift, lift. And then release, hands pillow on your forehead. Take a sigh, maybe two. And one more opportunity in this locust pose. Again, your arms could be behind you, they could be out in front, or you could add the alternate swimming motion with your hands and feet, but with control, not too fast. And when you're ready, reach, 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 and then let go and breathe. Beautiful. And then lift your head. You're gonna roll onto our side. We know hands up. We're gonna come back to seated with our legs out in front. I'm gonna grab the strap. We're gonna do one leg forward fold on each side. You can do it without a strap, or you could bring a strap in too. First, let's start with both legs out in front. Flex the toes towards you, roll the shoulders down and back, press the hands in, staff pose. Breathe. And then from here, we're going to take that left foot in, press the sole of your foot on that inner right thigh. Let that contact feel good. I'm going to lasso my foot with my strap. If you don't have your strap, you don't need it. Just all of us can start with a nice upright back and then start to walk your hands down the strap or down your leg. If it's available, you might grab the outer edges of this foot, whatever feels good. I'm going to keep my back straightish and just use these straps. From here, pull in either on your shin, your leg you're holding, or the strap. Imagine the crease of your hip. This is where you're bending from, this crease. Nice straightish back. Just pull. Breathe. This straight leg could be relaxed or this thigh could be engaged. It'll change your experience and the benefit. And then gently we will release. Send that left leg out, roll the shoulders back, press down, breathe. Notice the difference. Then we're going to pull that right foot in, press it against the left. Yay. And starting to hinge at the hips and fold forward. Lancing the foot. Wherever it is, might be quite different on this side. I'm going to flex my left thigh as well as the toes and pull. Breathe. Pulling forward a little bit more, engaging again. Breathe. Pull. And then release. Send that right leg out in front. Plant those hands and staff pose. And we're going to walk those hands behind us for reverse plank. You could stay right here and just look up and press your heart towards the ceiling. That would be enough. Think about your hands, what feels comfortable. If possible, fingers face forward, but if not, be gentle on your wrists. There is no forcing necessary. And then from here, if you'd like, you can lift the hips up and let the head fall back for a reverse plank. If that doesn't feel good, then draw the feet up a little bit and do reverse table where those feet are underneath your knees. Whichever version, probably one more breath. And then release and come down. Noticing the opening across the chest and shoulders. And then we're going to roll down onto our back, hug those knees in and rock from side to side. Beautiful. Send that left leg down. Pull that right knee in. And then we're going to do a twist here. We're going to take that right knee with our left hand and draw it across the body over towards the left. Right arm might float out towards the right. And your gaze is either up or over to the right, looking at that right thumb. If you want to continue that twist in the neck. But remember, we are more gentle with our spine, so there's no forcing. Just let gravity help without any effort. Good breath. Imagine giving those organs a hug with this gentle twist. Breathe right down into the belly. Giving a squeeze to those organs. And then come back through, hug that knee, extend the leg, and hug the left knee over towards that left shoulder. And then grab that knee with the right hand and gently pull it towards the right. Left hand out to the side. Gaze is either up or over towards that left hand. And reminding ourselves we're not pulling or yanking. We're just surrendering. Just holding in position so that gravity can gently pull. Couple more breaths. And then gently bring it back up to center. Give a good hug. And extend that leg. Now we're finding ourselves maybe with one more full body stretch. Reaching arms overhead if you like, or maybe you want to do happy baby or any other movement. We're going to move into Shavasana from here. So when you're ready, moving those arms towards the side, rolling onto the flat parts of your shoulder blades, tuck that chin under, lengthen the back of your neck. Palms face up, eyes gently close. Your feet completely relax. Just imagining you're getting heavier with every exhale. Every inhale is a gentle, nourishing wash of energy for your body. Just collecting anything that's not needed to give to the exhale, letting the exhale release anything you don't need. Allow that breath to nourish and cleanse you. Noticing your breath in your nasal passage. Bringing awareness back to that breath. Actually wiggling fingers or toes. Maybe on your next inhale, you might reach those arms again. Start waking up to a new moment. New beginning. Rolling onto your side. That beautiful pose is great for new beginnings. Breathe. And then when you're ready, pressing up into that seated position. And just letting those palms come front of your heart center. We will duck our heads in that humble gratitude. Thank you, body. We allow openness, we allow flow today. That gratitude in my heart swells and is appreciative of you. That light and gratitude honors your light. Namaste. Yay. And we're going to have a great day.